Spot on, spot off. Kevin Harvick sounds off on safety and says,
So badass.
He is. He's been on it this week.
He's the man.
Dude, so badass. I told him that.
What'd you say?
He was on a mission.
I like.
Oh, yeah.
We were at the 1948 thing, that like drivers meeting deal, and he came up to me. He's like, "Hey, you gonna finish all the laps today?" And like, ironically, he didn't. And we did all but one. But I was like, dude, like I love what you've been saying about the safety, because like I took a hard hit at Daytona this year.
Where else? Somewhere else?
The
Atlanta?
front stretch, and then Atlanta took a hard hit, and it's to the point where like I'll go take and risk whatever it is with not even the thought of wrecking in an Xfinity car. I'll go for the move. I'll go when AJ's coming with 10-mile-an-hour run and throw a block. The Cup car, you race at 90%
have to
because
think about it.
The hits are so hard. And I mean, after that Atlanta wreck, it makes you race a lot more cautious. But at the same time, it took me 3 weeks to
Your
get,
Atlanta wreck was one of the hardest wrecks I've seen in years.
Yeah.
Like it. I mean, that was a shot, and that was before you were one of the first ones that was a like super hard hit.
Mine and Ross at Fontana was pretty big, but
And it hurt him.
I moved.
He was hurt. I talked to him at the airport.
I don't know if I could. I moved 7 inches in the belts,
Wow.
and I was as tight as I could get them. My head hit the steering wheel.
Wow.
what did Harvick say on that?
So Harvick had tweeted, or actually said this in the media, the whole safety thing is really second fiddle right now. And then he says teams should be in charge of fixing issues with the car, because we would have never had more than 2 fires at the whole field because all the smart people live in the teams.
So I'm going to ask you this question, Noah. It's September. We knew the drivers were concerned going into the offseason about the safety of the car. We knew NASCAR had put some things out there about the data. But at the end of the day, why are we just now hearing this from the drivers? Like, are they – because there's a driver group me. They talk to each other, right?
I think you're hearing it publicly, but like I've said it since the Daytona 500. I mean, rode in the ambulance with Todd Gilliland when he wrecked. We wrecked 10 laps to go, and we were like, holy shit, these things hurt to wreck. Went to Atlanta, 5th week of the year, wrecked one there, big one. And it's like, man, I don't want to take the risk of potentially wrecking just to get another spot for 14th at a super speedway. Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Kurt, I've talked to Kurt. I think, talking to Kurt after his Atlanta wreck, the first Atlanta, a lot of these guys, I think, are talking privately, but it's just coming because everyone's over it. I mean, they're just over it, and they hurt too much, but every NASCAR is in a box because, I mean, this car was supposed to come out in 2021, right?
Right. COVID hit. It didn't.
And they're squeezing it out. They could barely get it out for 2022.
So what do they do to make it better for you guys? To make it not as rigid? What do you do?
I don't know. I'm not an expert. I drive.
I think you see stuff come out now because we saw it with Denny at Daytona. A lot of guys they don't know because they haven't took a hit. Denny took a big hit in Daytona, and he's like, "Holy, okay." Now
he didn't
I
race
know,
the Xfinity
now
race.
I know what the hell they're talking about. Like he had to take the Xfinity race off the next week. He's like, a lot of these guys don't know the situation because they haven't had a hard wreck, and when they have a hard wreck, they're like, okay, oh wow, now I know what these other guys have been saying that, and then now like the guys, obviously everybody can't be critical of NASCAR. Like they're not going to come out and but like you got the Harvicks of the world, the Kyles, the Dennys. They're going to finally.
They're respected enough.
Yeah,
where their
like
opinion matters.
they know that their opinion carries weight, and like this is where we're at now. Like these guys are finally going. Listen, we are not going to risk. Like Noah said, you can't run the car. You can't be as aggressive as you should be because you're worried in the back of your mind, like I can't wreck this thing. I don't know, whatever. But it's
for me personally. Yesterday, if I would have known at the beginning of the year how these things were to wreck, I wouldn't have signed up to race any races from Darlington
through the playoffs,
end of the season, just because I want to be ready for the Xfinity car. Yesterday in the Cup car, I didn't even try to make forward progress on the restarts. And I just tried to maintain and not get wrecked. And then
to be
wherever
out
I
there.
shuffle out.
Big picture racing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to be ready to go for Saturdays. And I feel like if I try to race the Cup cars, to the full potential, there's a possibility of it stepping out and you wrecking and you're scrambled eggs.
You don't know. Yeah.
It's time for you to sell your home and make that big move. Let our friends at OfferPad remove all the worry and hassle. Get started today at OfferPad.com.